今度会う時までに、新しい刀用意しといてくださいね。
Looking at the broken sword on the ground, Kenshin decided to seek out Master Chiku, the greatest sword smith in the land, to forge a new sword for himself. However, when he reached Master Chiku's residence, he found out that the master had passed away a year ago. So Kenshin could only turn to Chiku's son, Chisei, hoping that he would help forge a sword, but Chisei refused because he now had a happy family and didn't want to get involved in the battles among samurais. Seeing this, Kenshin had no choice but to leave. Soon, another samurai showed up at Chisei's home. The samurai learned that Master Chiku had left behind one last sword before his death. In order to obtain this peerless divine sword, the samurai hijacked Chisei's son and forced Chisei to hand over the sword. Just then, Kenshin suddenly returned. On his way of leaving, Kenshin saw a windmill and wanted to give one to Chisei's son. When the samurai saw Kenshin, without saying a word, he drew his sword and charged at Kenshin. Kenshin, relying on his speed, hit the samurai's back with the sword scabbard and knocked him down. But since it was only a scabbard, the samurai quickly got up and knocked Kenshin flying. In order to protect a happy family, Kenshin picked up the sword scabbard and decided to stake his life on it. Seeing Kenshin fighting desperately for his family, Chisei decided to give Kenshin the last famous sword left by his father. At this moment, facing the fierce samurai, Kenshin, who only had a sword scabbard in his hand, could only jump into the fence and use his speed and the terrain to maneuver around the samurai. Fortunately, Chisei arrived in time and threw the last sword forged by Master Chiku to Kenshin.